Yes. Back again on this one. The game 2, the time to review. I'm not always here. I'm always with this great man. Jeff Pass is here with me tonight. It is what it is. Welcoming everybody onto this show. It's coming in late. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Game week 2, time for review. Jeff Pass, you're welcome to the show. Straight up. How's it going?
It's nice being here. Oh, perfect. All good. I think we had a very interesting weekend. 10 games in the Premier League, and as usual, different results, different outcomes. But I think one thing is certain.
Some people
It's
are happy.
gradually setting up for a grand
People are
final.
not happy. Happy?
That's part of the game anyway. You can't always get it every time. You win some, you lose some. But even when you lose, you should know the reason why you are losing. Definitely.
All right, welcome everybody onto this show. Please subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video. Let's go, let's share, let's talk about this. I'm going to start with this. We play so well, Manchester United. Or what is going on?
The big one. I think. I said on Friday, I said this is one game I feel might just be a banana skin, and I actually said it might actually be 1-0 either side. That was the statement I used. 1-0 either side. The goal difference either side. Well, United started well, fine setup and everything, but where we knew there was going to be problems was when they started giving Brighton chances to get in, and no surprises. It had to be Danny Welbeck, as usual. Funny enough, he has scored more against United since he left United than when he was at United. He's had about 9 goals since he left United. But while he was at United, he scored only 6, basically, in games. So I think it's telling you the fact that the guy seems to have the United touch to always know how to get in. Then the rally to get back came. Ahmad got an equalizer. Then when everyone thought it was always going to be a draw, United initially scored, but Kegzi, by no fault of his, actually was in an offside position before the ball got in. Then the sucker punch came in. I think we should start asking Ten Hag this question. Do you intend to play without a top 9 this season? Because if you do, I can assure you, every single time you do it, especially against the top sides, you'll be found out. He had better start getting his act together. You're playing Liverpool on Saturday. If he tries to go without a 9 in that game, we'll have the same discussion next week. That's just the truth.
All right, moving on to this one because of our time. Look at this game. It ended in 2-0. West Ham dealing with there's something wrong in Crystal Palace. I mean, this is the second time, the second game they're losing.
I think it will be basically
because of
transfer.
The transfer
dealings. In all honesty, I think it's transfer dealings. The first game, it was a narrow loss, but this one, you're playing against a West Ham side
at home.
You've lost Anderson to Fulham this last week. You also lost Jordan Ayew to Leicester City.
Chai.
If you're going to leave, basically you're starting, and obviously you know that McGahey, it's a case of will he or will he not move? Because Newcastle are seriously going on him. I think as at this morning, they've already tabled a 3rd bid just to show you how seriously they want this guy. Now you're looking at a case whereby your starting defensive pairing of last season, which was Anderson and McGahey, are not present. What's your backup plan? That was a question they were asked seriously against West Ham, and it was a question that they were not able to answer. I think West Ham's performance was top-notch. They actually showed that they needed that game seriously. I mean, take a good look at West Ham's second. Was it the first of the? But I think it was the first goal. Yes, the first goal. Souček's goal. You talk about that goal as much as you want to talk about it, but I think people are not looking at the moves that started it. It was Wan-Bissaka in defense, all the way down. And I think you begin to ask, when you see performances like this, you begin to ask, why exactly did he leave Manchester United? Because I don't understand. It's a question that I think we will have to watch what Ten Hag has got in stock to see whether we can actually answer that question. But I think 3 points for Lopetegui. He's already started because of his first set of points on the board, and I think we might see exactly what he intends to prove this season. I say great results for West Ham. I think Palace has got to sit up. Yeah.
All right, moving on to this one straight up. Fulham beating Leicester City. What a game! What a game!
Oh well, this one was a very, very exciting game. I think it was an open game, but it came down to who wanted it the most, and I think that's where Fulham actually came out tops. Leicester City, for all they've got, I still feel like that midfield is still open because since Madison has left, I don't think anyone has actually filled in that midfield slot because basically you have to create for strikers to score.
Yeah.
And you look at Jamie Vardy. Vardy still has what it takes, but let's be realistic here. Age is always going to be a factor where Vardy is concerned. And then you now have him being paired with Jordan Ayew. Jordan
Are you?
Ayew is not exactly the kind of person who you can trust to give you goals because he doesn't score much.
He doesn't
He
score
doesn't
much.
score much. Exactly. So the thing is, um, I think they will have to do more in getting the goals. I think we might have to see a situation whereby midfielders will actually start to contribute to supporting. Um, I think Fatawu is there. I think they still have some wingers who they got in the transfer window who could actually help in the attack. But basically, they have to watch that attack line to get more goals because the truth is this: they will concede goals. For Fulham, Smith Rowe opened his account for them, his Premier League account for them. I saw his performance. I saw bits of the game. I also saw um this guy Traore as usual. I think Traore is going to do what he knows how to do best because I think for me,
Yeah.
Traore is a fantastic player. He's got the speed, he's got the strength. Where I have an issue with Traore is in the finishing. So basically, him doing that by doing all the job of going ahead to just work more on creating chances, I think it would be a big plus for him. And I think we saw snippets of it yesterday on Saturday. Sorry, it will be fantastic performance, another goal as well too. I think he is actually proving to be exactly what they really need in attack. At least penalty when Jimenez picks up his form, but I think so far they're good and a well deserved 3 points for them.
All right. Spanchi, like on the video. Moving on to this one. Manchester City beating Ipswich 4-1. We are even thinking it's going to be more than 4. But
I didn't, I said something that I said, I said on Friday, I said, I don't see how Haaland is not going to score 2 at least because
at least.
this looked like a game that he was going to get goals. And I think Ipswich needs to go and ask Sheffield United for some secrets. Because we saw last season, the first leg, we saw Sheffield basically take Man City all the way down
All
to
the
the
way.
wire.
Yeah.
But the truth is this, for a newly promoted side, I can only give you one piece of advice. Whenever you're playing Man City, either home or away, please do not score in the first 10 minutes. You're looking for trouble. That was what Ipswich did. Scored as early as the 4th minute. I think the goal came as a surprise. No one actually expected them to score that early. And then you let Man City do what they know how to do best. But the thing is, to an extent, they contributed to it. When you're playing against Man City, especially with a side that is new to the system of how Man City plays, the worst thing you can ever do is to start playing from the back.
Yeah.
The keeper tried it the first time, he was almost caught out. The second time he did it, he was punished immediately. Ipswich has got to learn. You see, one thing is this is the Premier League. The big sides will not make life easy for you. You need to learn how to stand your feet and know how to position yourself. You need to have a game plan to be able to defend as much as you can attack. If you have one chance to score, you take it. If you don't have, just go with the flow. They opened up too easily to be hit with 3 goals in the space of 5 minutes. That was how rapid it was for City to get back. And once they did that, it was already going to be one direction. The second half, they tried. They could do everything they tried to do, but obviously it was inevitable when Erling Haaland is on form. He's looking at a hat trick. He would get it, and he got it, no surprises. Great performance from Kevin De Bruyne as well too, and Savinho as well too. I think is one person we should be watching out for. For Ipswich, I will say it's expected you should lose against the big side, but don't just give up. You actually have games you're going to get your own points. For them, I think it's the rough start you can ever get as a promoted side, playing against Liverpool and Man City in the space of 1 week. I
1 week.
think their next game might be a bit easier for them, so I guess maybe you should start working on getting points from that game.
Mm. All right, all right. Thank you so much on that. Moving on to this one, Nottingham Forest show Southampton how to score. It's just 1-0 over Southampton.
I think Southampton. Anyway, we predicted that Southampton might be one of the teams to drop
One of
down
yeah.
anyway, and yeah, it looks like it's going to happen. Although I think reports are going on now that there's every possibility that they might actually be making a bid for Arsenal's second choice goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. I wouldn't want to see him go, but the truth is, we know Ramsdale will not really get much chances except in the cup competitions because, as
Yeah.
it is right now, Raya is number one. And with if you followed Raya's performances so far, it's going to be very, very, very hard to displace Raya from that position.
Mm.
So I think most likely he might go on a loan deal. I think he might help to show up the defense line, considering the fact that he's been at the side that actually has learned how to understand the art of defense, basically. I
Yeah.
think they need to work on their defense and attack wise. I do not trust Armstrong to deliver goals basically for them, and I think they are really short in attack. For Nottingham Forest, it was a laboured one, but at least the main thing is they got their 3 points. At least they can now start the season and get ready to move on from there.
All right. Moving on to this one straight up. Not Tottenham 4 and Everton 0. Well, what's your thoughts on this one?
Did you expect anything different?
No,
We
no, no, no,
didn't.
no, no,
You know,
no, no.
honestly, we
All right,
didn't.
moving on to this one.
I think let's
No,
move on.
let's just. All right, Arsenal. Somebody said Arsenal
All
were
right.
lucky in this game.
Uh,
Look at this.
I would say,
They said
I
Arsenal
would
were lucky.
say,
They said Arsenal
I
were
would
lucky.
say it's,
Do you agree?
I would say it's the fine, I would say it's the fine details that matter. We saw this game last season, both legs. We saw what Aston Villa were able to do, soaking up the pressure, getting counters, and I think in this game, I think they actually gave as good as they got in the first half. So it was quite a very balanced game. Basically, I think in that first half, I don't think Arsenal had that much chances. In fact, I think the best chance in that first half was the chance that Oli Watkins actually had through with the goalie, and somehow he went wide. But I think what's made it easy was the fact that I think Villa actually had a pattern in defensive setup, at least from the wings. They were able to neutralize the pressure from the wings. That was what worked for them in that first half. But in the second half, I think what changed that game, in all honesty, was just one change. Taking off Martinelli and bringing in Leandro Trossard. And I think we saw the effect that had
Straight
almost
up.
immediately because he scored in 2 minutes after he got in. And I think the celebration could tell you exactly what the young man felt because he felt that
What's
he
happening of
really
that
needed to start
start?
ahead of.
I like that.
It was just, yeah, he felt that he deserved to start ahead of Martinelli, and I think he justified that claim. But if there's one thing I've learned with Leandro is the fact that Leandro performs better when he comes in as a substitute than a starter. And I think I'm okay with that arrangement. Because the truth is, there are always going to be some games whereby it's perfect for him to start. But I think in some games whereby it's always good for him to do like always have that sleeve in the back of your hand that you might bring in case of a backup plan. And I think that's the role Trossard actually plays. Well, the second goal by Thomas Partey, it's basically a rare sight to actually see him get one of those chances to shoot outside the box, and he did this one. And I would say Martinez was a bit slow in actually getting to respond to that, and that was what made that ball beaten. But I think generally, I think the defense line, as usual for Arsenal, has been great. I think what stood out was that tackle from by Saliba on John Duran when it looked as if it was clear on goal, And I think that tells you the reason why Saliba is referred to as one of the best defenders in the Premier League, despite the fact that he's just 22 years old. Young man has settled in and has proven that yes, he can actually be that wall you have in the defense line for Arsenal. And I think it's going to be a season whereby the ability to not concede a lot of goals and also get chances and convert the chances when they can get them is going to be what will define Arsenal's season moving forward. Yeah.
All right, that's a very good one there. Moving on to Bournemouth 1-1 with Newcastle. What a game! What a game! What do you think about this?
I think this game is a game that this game was one game that, in all honesty, was actually going to be tough, and we were not really decided on who was going to take it. But I think 1-1 kind of represents a perfect picture of what the game was initially in the first place, because it was a case whereby both sides actually were able to match up each other in all sectors of the pitch. I think Eddie Howe has to start working on what's his backup plan, because what we are seeing right now is you're seeing a little change with his tactics.
Mm.
It's always a guarantee to start, but currently, I think from what we are hearing, 3 might actually be on the way out, because I think the captain's armband has been removed and the players are actually feeling
I think I lost you.
see how it's going to look like. But I think Newcastle has got to start going extra in games. I feel Bournemouth, well, the addition of Evan Nielsen has actually made a big difference to their attack line. They're still on the lookout for a goalkeeper, but I think Neto has proven that yes, he is still the number one. Whoever is going to come in will have to actually fight seriously to get a shot from him. But I think 1-1 was a good scoreline for both sides, and I think it was a good result for both sides in the whole. Yeah.
All right. Do we have anyone? Now let's talk about this one, the magic of the weekend. Massive game for Chelsea, 6 Wolves 2. What do you think about this game? 6-2. I can't believe it.
Okay. 6-2.
I can't believe it.
6-2. No one saw that coming. Absolutely no one saw that coming. It goes in a game, and I think the scoreline didn't actually reflect the gameplay itself. I think Wolves gave a good account of themselves in that first half. I think it was the first half basically, because first half ended 2-2. I think they gave a good account of themselves, but I think where it went lost was in the second half.
In the
And
second half.
let's say it, Gary O'Neill has a tough ask. You've lost your defensive linchpin in Max Kilman. It's going to tell on you. Because what I saw in that day was I saw a game whereby Jose Sa was exposed way too many
Too much.
times. Way too many times. Exactly. He was exposed way too much. And the truth is, we always like to say this, a goalkeeper is only as good in front of him. If those guys do not deliver, you're exposing that goalie to all manners of pressure, and there's only so much a goalkeeper can actually take. So when the pressure started coming in, there was only one result, and basically he folded. I think Madueke once again proved, I think he's proven it twice in the same week, that any idea of trying to put him on the market is going to be an exercise in futility, because he has found a way to revamp his game. He's now delivering. I mean, who expected it? A hat trick, his first hat trick. No one saw that coming. It was a perfect performance, and I think Felix also marked his second debut with another goal. I think let's just hope. My problem with Felix is Felix knows how to flatter, to deceive. I hope
Yeah.
this is not going to be a repeat.
All right. Felix loves to flatter. That's a
Result,
huge
I would
one.
say the game against City was harsh.
Yeah.
Been better with it. Yes, he's very, very better, and I think it's a huge one for him. I'd say congratulations to him on this first win. Yeah.
All right, moving on to this last game. That's Liverpool beat Brentford at home at Anfield. What's your take on this game?
I feel Brentford have got to sort the striking issue as soon as possible. That as at 30 minutes ago, we're hearing that Al Hilal has submitted a bid for Ivan Toney. So we're also hearing that other Premier League sides are also trying to see how they can get Ivan Toney as well too. I think they need to settle this once and for all because and whatever they need to do, they need to be fast about it because the initial person who they brought in to replace him got injured in preseason and will be out in December. And
Imagine.
Wissa and Mbeumo, we know what they can do, but I think they need to have that presence in the 18 to always finish off, and that's where Ivan Toney actually comes in. I think they're going to miss him, and if they want to get in the replacement, they have to be fast about it because I saw glimpses in that game whereby his presence would have mattered a whole lot. Liverpool
Yeah.
is Anfield. It's always very, very difficult to get anything from Anfield, and I think it was a statement win. We know Liverpool definitely the pattern of Jurgen Klopp is still there.
It's still there.
Counter attacks, quick pressing, it's still there. It hasn't changed. I think Ancelotti will have to just keep on working with it until he gets to meet against his side that knows how to neutralize that pattern, and definitely we then have to see where his tactics come into play. But
Hmm.
it's no surprise that they actually got the 2 point.
All right. I think this is how far we can go. I think I lost you there. Jeffrey, can you hear me? I lost Jeffrey there. I think the network. This is how far we can go tonight. Thank you so much, Jeff. Big up, bro. I appreciate. All right. This is the English Premier League Game Week 2 results. Brighton 2-1 over Manchester United. Crystal Palace losing to West Ham. Likewise, Fulham won the game over Leicester City. Ipswich lost to Manchester City with 4-1. Southampton also losing to Nottingham Forest 1-0, and Spurs shows Everton. We are first class, and that's Spurs for you 4-0 over Everton. Arsenal, it no go happen this season again. That's why I showed Aston Villa wouldn't be. That is 2-0 over Aston Villa. Bournemouth over the weekend on Sunday. They drew with Newcastle 1-1. Likewise, Chelsea, the Blues blew out Wolves out of the way 6-2. And Liverpool also won over Brentford. This is how far I can go tonight. Please smash the like on the video, subscribe to our channel. This is how we do it. This is how we roll. What are you waiting for? Join the community. On the same time, when we come back with another review of the third game, it is what it is. Thank you so much for having us. Bye for now.